Okay, quick recap so you're up to speed. A recent Joe Boo Sports Report clip went viral because the host dropped a line that's getting everybody's attention. He said Brian Schottenheimer is being told that he is not welcome anymore, and that maybe you need to get out. That's a strong soundbite, no doubt. And the video leans into it by painting the situation with weird, almost comedic details. The host walks through a string of bizarre animal incidents around Schottenheimer's house. An owl, a swarm of wasps, groundhogs, even a skunk, and uses those stories as a metaphor for a coach who's apparently getting hints he's not wanted. The host peppers the clip with some roster notes too. He mentions a few players trending toward being available and says the Cowboys are close to full strength. But the headline grabber remains that "get out" line about Brian. So let's separate what we actually have. This is opinion and speculation from a content creator, not an official team. Announcement. The host is clearly using humor and shock value. The animal details are told like a running gag, to make a point and keep viewers engaged. Still, the clip is working. Fans are sharing it because it sounds dramatic, and because coaching stability is something every Cowboys fan watches closely. Here's the immediate reaction you can expect in the comments section and on social. Fans will split. Some will treat the clip as real smoke, a sign that the staff might be on thin ice, while others will roll their eyes and call it clickbait. That split is important for us as creators. We report the moment, but we also have to make it clear what's rumor and what's verified. Right now, the video gives us strong opinion material to analyze, not a confirmed coaching change. Poll time. Tell me quick. Do you think Schottenheimer is on the hot seat? Vote in the poll. Yes, no. And then hit that like button if you enjoy these straight-to-the-point breakdowns. Also, if you're new here, subscribe and help us reach the goal. We're pushing to 17,000 subscribers. It helps the channel get these stories out faster. I'll wait on your vote. Then we'll dig into what being told to get out actually means, and whether it should worry you as a Cowboys fan. All right, let's slow this down and really unpack that phrase. Being told that he is not welcome anymore. It's dramatic, it's loud, and it immediately sends Cowboys fans into speculation mode. But here's the truth. In the context of the video, the host isn't reporting a front office message, a locker room leak, or anything sourced. What he's doing is classic sports talk commentary, using a metaphor to push a feeling that some fans already have about Brian Schottenheimer and the offense. He even builds the whole idea around those bizarre animal encounters happening at Brian's house. The owl, the swarm of wasps, the snakes, the groundhogs, even the skunk story. The bit plays like a running joke, almost like a stand-up, routine threaded through a football conversation. The "get out" message isn't literal. It's a way of saying, look, even nature is telling this guy he's not wanted. The humor is intentional, but because the topic is coaching security, some viewers take it more seriously than it was meant. This is why reading between the lines matters. In Cowboys Nation, any hint of instability, even a joke, can turn into a rumor within an hour. You know how it goes. A clip gets shared on X, someone rewrites the headline, and suddenly the idea becomes a report. So part of our job is to filter out the noise and look at what's actually happening around the team. Right now, nothing about the team's official operations points to Schottenheimer being pushed out. When you hear words like "told to get out," ask two things. Who said it, and what's the context? In this case, it's a content creator riffing on a comedy bit. Not a beat reporter, not a team insider, not a statement from the star. And he knows. What he's doing? Exaggeration pulls the audience in, and he delivers it with a tone that's half joking, half storytelling. But jokes like this land because they play into real fan tension. Cowboys fans want answers when the offense feels inconsistent. They want clarity when the team stalls. And anytime you have a coordinator whose name gets repeated after every stalled drive, even a comedy line about not being welcome hits a little deeper. That's why this moment is worth talking about. Not because the comment is sourced, but because it shows where fan frustration sits right now. It shows how quickly the narrative can swing even when the roster is getting healthier and the team is gearing up for a primetime matchup. Let me throw another question your way. Drop this in the comments so I can read your take. If you could ask Brian Schottenheimer one question about this offense, one honest, direct question, what would it be? I'll feature the best answers in an upcoming breakdown. And hey, before we move on, make sure you hit subscribe to help us reach that 17,000 mark. Every supporter helps this channel keep rolling and keeps these videos showing up for more Cowboys fans. Now let's talk about the real question. Every Cowboys fan is thinking the moment they hear a headline like Brian Schottenheimer being told to get out. Forget the jokes for a second. Forget the wasps, snakes, owls, and whatever other creatures decide to audition for a nature documentary inside his house. What's the actual football reality here? Here's the truth. Nothing in the Cowboys' official structure suggests that Schottenheimer's job is under any immediate threat. If anything, the team is leaning into continuity, not chaos. When a coaching staff is preparing for a primetime game, getting key defensive players back healthy, and building momentum, the last thing they do is abruptly shake up the offense. And again, that "get out" line wasn't a report. It wasn't a leak. It wasn't a rumor. From the Star. It was a punchline wrapped in storytelling. But the reason fans perk up is because words like "get out" hit deep when an offense doesn't always feel as explosive as the roster suggests it should be. You feel that. We all do. You look at the weapons, ceedee, Pickens, Ferguson, the speed, the physicality, and you want the scoreboard to light up every single week. And when it doesn't, coordinators catch flames fast. That's why this becomes a perfect moment to separate fan emotion from team reality. Fans judge by production. Teams judge by structure, trust, and long-term vision. Schottenheimer is still central to the offensive planning. He's still the bridge between the quarterback room and the sideline adjustments. He's still the guy scripting and preparing what the offense runs during the week. And nothing publicly shows that the Cowboys are considering a change. But let me be crystal clear. Situations like this can shift quickly if performance shifts. This league moves fast. Teams don't wait around if they feel a season slipping. So while the joke itself means nothing, the fan reaction it sparks actually tells us something valuable. Cowboys Nation is paying close attention. They're holding this offense to a standard. They're demanding answers. And honestly, that's fair. This team should be able to score consistently. This team should be able to control games. And this team absolutely should not waste the prime of its top playmakers. Accountability matters, but accountability comes from performance, not from jokes about snakes and wasps. Let's bring you into the conversation here. Drop this in the comments so we can see where the fanbase really stands. Do you believe the Cowboys' offensive issues are more about the play calling or the execution on the field? Pick one, play calling or execution, and tell me why. Before we move on, quick reminder, hit that subscribe button to help us reach 17,000 supporters. Every new subscriber helps push Cowboys content to more fans just like you and keeps this channel growing strong. Alright, let's wrap this up with the practical takeaways you can use as a Cowboys fan. First, treat the Joe Boo clip for what it is. Entertaining, shareable opinion content that taps into real frustration, not an official front office signal. That matters because the difference between drama and deal-changing news is huge. You don't want to overreact to a punchline and start drafting timelines for staff firings when, There's no verified reporting to back it up. Second, use this moment to recalibrate expectations. The offense has weapons and the roster is trending healthier, so your concerns are valid when production doesn't match potential. But accountability should come from consistent results on game days, not from viral takes. Third, keep an eye on reliable beats and official team channels for real updates. If a genuine coaching change were being considered, it would show up in reporting from credible insiders before it hits viral opinion clips. Until then, the louder reactions will live in comment sections, not in press conferences. Now for what you should do as a viewer and a fan who wants clarity. Vote with your attention. If you want deeper, sourced reporting and a breakdown of what a real coaching change would mean for play calling and Dak's comfort, say so in the comments. If you want a quick rumor roundup whenever something like this surfaces, I can do that. Or if you'd prefer roster and injury updates tied to how the offense will actually perform, I can prioritize those instead. Tell me which you want: a follow-up deep dive, rumor updates, or a roster health check, and I'll make the next video about that. Also remember the power of healthy skepticism. Viral clips are great for sparking conversation. They get us hyped, they get us talking. But your best move as a fan is to separate emotion from evidence. Let the teams play, and the credible reporters set the narrative. Use creators like Joe Boo to gauge fan sentiment, not to rewrite the front office's plans. Final quick interaction. Drop a comment right now answering this. Which follow-up do you want next? 1. Deep coaching breakdown. 2. Rumor tracker. Or 3. Roster, injury impact. I'll pin the top answers and use them to shape the next upload. Before I sign off, 2 quick asks. Hit like if this quick no-nonsense breakdown helped you, and subscribe to help push the channel to 17,000 subscribers. That goal gets us more access and more Cowboys coverage for you. Thanks for sticking through this one. I read the best comments, and I'll use them in future videos.